Hey, I'm Drew, and today I'm building this cool 3D wall logo to make your office or studio look way more professional. So let's get into it. First, we're starting off with the logo in Photoshop. If you have a plotter, you can just go ahead and print off this logo whatever size you want, but I just have a normal 8.5 by 11 printer, so I'm going to show you a trick on how I print a bigger sheet. First, I'm going to create a new document the size I want and place the image file onto it. I'm doing about 40 inches wide. I'm then just going to download a grid PNG so that I can line up the sheets once they're printed. I'll then just use the select tool to place a box on a new layer. Then I'll transform it and go up to the transform settings and set the size to 8 inches by 10.5 inches. I'll then just hold Alt and click to drag the layer to duplicate them over the entire document. Then I'll turn their visibility off. We then want to select one of our boxes. I just use Control and click the image on the layers panel of the layer. Then go to the crop tool and just click inside the marquee box and hit OK. I then just print this one off, undo the crop, and repeat with all the other sheets. So now we're just going to tape together all our sheets using the grid to align them. I'm going to be making mine out of 1/2 inch XPS foam insulation. You can make yours out of wood, it'll just take a lot longer. This foam's really easy to work with, which you'll see when we get to cutting and sanding. One of these sheets costs around $8 and I'm using probably 1/4 of a 2x8 sheet. And to cut, I'm just using a jigsaw with a scroll blade. This actually isn't as hard as it looks. It only took about 20 minutes to cut out the whole logo. As you can see here, the foam's super easy to work with. You can just poke in the saw blade wherever you want and start cutting. And you can make really tight corners that you couldn't make with wood. And then we just sand the edges with some 220 grit sandpaper. This also only took about 20 minutes. You can hand sand this stuff in no time. To give it a bit of a shadow on the wall and make it look like it's hovering, I'm just using some bottle caps as spacers. Now to painting, I'm just painting the back white so it doesn't cast any weird hues on the wall. This is just dollar store acrylic paint. I think the paint for this build was like $2 or $3. Now you can leave this as is if you're happy with the matte look. I'm going to mix up some 2-part epoxy to give it that high sheen, plasticky look. One thing to note is don't use any spray paint or spray lacquer on this, as propellant and spray paint will partially dissolve the foam. Once it's cured, you could sand and reapply for that perfect gloss look, but I'm happy with this and I'm just going to add some Velcro backing to mount it to the wall. So all in all, I think this build cost me under $20, and I think it looks pretty awesome for something that only took a few hours to build. This is a great beginner project. If you're interested, definitely try out making one for your home office or studio to make it look much more professional. Thanks again for watching. I'm Drew, and if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe and check out some of my other videos like this one where I built a table with a real flowing waterfall in it.